here with more Empyrion. So, yeah, what's been going on? Well, as you know, today is Friday, so happy Friday, everybody. Hope you had a fantastic week and that you have a terrific weekend lined up. So I want to go over some of the things that have changed. There was actually a patch this week. There was a couple of patches this week that introduced some, I don't want to say ridiculous changes, but definitely changes to the game. So, as you know, we are on the experimental build, so I'm on build 4.4.2 with the build series being 0732, which may be a little bit newer than what you're on the live side. But something that was put into the game, and I believe these are actually in the live version of the game now as well. Showed you the decoration blocks that were coming in, but they've changed the light blocks. So you're familiar with the traditional, base lamp. This is now a cluster group, just like the normal blocks would be. So if you right click when you have the light selected, you now have new options. So you have the traditional light, you have the traditional light off center, which is actually kind of nice, because that way you can actually place things directly next to doors or on specific areas inside your build, so that they're not necessarily in the center of the block. One of the places that I would use this is maybe on the side here. Like if I had this framed in, I would probably have a light on the wall here, and with it being offset, we would be able to put it more in the corner of the ground. So that, I think that's going to be pretty nice. Let me see here. The ones I'm kind of interested in are these, because with these, you can actually build a couple of fairly interesting designs. Let me see what this looks like when we actually place it. Wow, that's a bit brighter than I was expecting, actually. So, not bad. I like it. It looks good. There is now this, which is the... Whoa, that seems like that was a little bit much brighter than I was expecting. You can now have a normal light version of the grow light, which is always nice. I'm not going to place it because you've seen those in place before. There's this new frameless light, which I'm not quite sure if that model is completely done or not. But it basically looks like a rounded version of this one, which are kind of looking like fluorescent lights. Nothing too outlandish. There's the wood trimmed interior light, which you're familiar with, and then the round disc light as well. So, not bad. I'm actually liking this a bit. I do think I'm going to use these corner ones, simply because of the fact that I actually like those out here a little bit better than these, I think. Because with these little corner lights, you can actually use that to highlight an area on your ship. So like if you wanted to have, say, a specific area here for parking or landing, you'd be able to place these down, and because of the way that the light works, let's take this one out and I'll show you. So let's grab those. We'll flip this way. Alright, so that's going to be the corner, so this is going to be one here. But if you notice, you get a little bit more of an uplight to it. So you get a little bit more light on the lower area than you would with one of the wall units. And from this side, can we... Alright, this is the same, yeah. And so, as you can see, it kind of adds a little bit to it. Because now you can have basically a holding area for your ship, so you get this nice light effect. Let's get rid of that so you can actually see it. That basically outlines or highlights the area that your ship should be parked in. So I'm liking that. I'm actually going to get rid of some of these other lights as well. Because like I said, I do like the new lights. So alright. So let's get rid of that. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to be working on a new HV today. So one of the reasons why we wanted to make sure we had light out here. Okay, so that's completely lit up. I'm going to go make a few more of these because we're going to put these, you know what, do we want there or there? Let's put it there so that the door is completely lit up. We'll go drop these off or drop the parts for these off and get some more things made. There we go. We're going to make another 10 of those just because we can. Okay, so on for today, what we're doing, or I should say, on to what we are doing for today. Words fail me today. Basically, what we're going to be doing is I want to build an HV that is a mobile base. We've been talking about this for a while. So we had this one, which originally was kind of a mobile base. You know, it's got a little bit of everything that you need in it, except for a crafting station. And the idea was that you could place a crafting station back here if you chose to do so. But I want to have something that is a little bit more long-term in the field. This is really just kind of a day tripper. It's not really meant for any type of overnight excursion, right? This one is basically our quick assault. Gets you there, gets you into what you need, and get you out, right? So what we're going to do is expand on this just a little bit and take what we learned from this one and our bigger one over there, as well as some of the things that we've done in the past. And we're going to build, I'm going to call it, you know, what is it? They call those things water bugs. Basically, it has the, 6 legs, and it skims across the water skimmers or something like that. I don't remember what they're called. But basically, we're going to build something along that design. So there's going to be 6 outlying pontoons. From there, we will have the support legs coming up into the central body, and then the central body will be raised. So even when everything is powered off and it's sitting flush, the actual compartment that the people will be in, as well as the equipment, will be up and away from the ground. So, and now one of the bonuses of something like that is that it allows you to have your core in, say, one of those little pods, and have the rest of your ship basically be safe. Because the AI still goes after the core. They shoot more towards the center now, but they will actually go for the core when they have a chance. So, alright, so everything is here. We've got this done. We're going to go ahead and drop those in. So we're going to do a few more of these, because, like I said, I really like these. How many blocks is this? I forgot. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's going to be 2, 3, 4, 5. You, sir, need to mosey forward just a little bit. There we go. Now, if we could get one of these for the corners, that would be perfect. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. No, that was not what I wanted. Right block, wrong face. There we go. And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So we have a bit of light out here. And then for this one, we will go here. And then this gives us a center line up light, which is going to go right there. So now we can see. Okay, let's go ahead and, you know what, we're just going to move you out of here entirely. Let's see what we got. Where can we park you? You know what, we'll just park you over here in front of the door. There we go. That works. Oh, hello. Mistimed my jump. There we go. So now that we have that, we're going to go ahead and place our starter block, and we're going to place that kind of not that far back. Oh, you know what? That might work. Can we get away with that right there? Nope. Oh, so close. Look at that. Alright, so let's go ahead and grab this. And what we're going to do is we're going to place... Come on, you can do it. Is my character weight enough to leverage this down? No, it's not. Okay. So we'll do a couple of more here. Okay, that's just... Come on. Alright, how many blocks is that? We're going 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're going to take this to 12. Because that's going to be the center here. And we're going to go 1, 2. Oh, one block too many back that way. Alright. And then this is going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we'll actually end up putting those. So that gives us 11. So from there, we're going to go 2, 3. All right, so it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So and that makes 3. Okay, I know those blocks are not that heavy. Come on, guys, really? Alright, anyway. We can work from this. This is fine. Okay, or not. See, this should be tipping down. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to go like a so. Like a so. Alright. And then we have some new blocks to play with as well. So we're going to play with a few of these. Which one of those? Those are the fence bottoms. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. Huh, those look very nice. Those are the fence tops. Half slopes. Ooh. That could be interesting. Alright, so what we need is I want a slope like this, but that's a cylinder. And I'm not seeing anything that's going to work for us in that regards. So what we're going to have to do then is we're going to have to use these blocks. Yeah, we'll do that and that. Yes? Alright. That is just really annoying. You know what? I'm just gonna... Okay, so that's just silly now. Really? Are you serious? Come on. So, Eleon, yeah, your physics system might need a little bit of work. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and get this mess cleaned up, get the blocks recrafted and ready to go, and I'll bring you back shortly. See you in a bit. And welcome back. So, not only did we have to break down that entire thing, I ran out of silicon, so I decided to come over here. Let me show you where we are on the map in relation. As our base, there's us, right? So while I was here, I figured I would show you a little trick that you can use, especially early in the game, when you're first setting up your initial base. If you find resources or an area around resources that you want to build in, basically just drill out a hole and get into the resources from the side of the mountain like this. And if you leave the roof on, or even if you punch a small hole up there, it doesn't matter too much. You can build your base in here, finish drilling out whatever resource you're working on collecting, and if you don't take out the ground above, what'll end up happening is you can use this as your base without having to worry about building a ceiling or walls. So when we were talking about some of the things in the tutorial series, I had people ask questions about that, and somebody pointed out, hey, you know, what about doing this? And yes, you can actually do this. It is a good way to set up a very quick and dirty base that it keeps it out of line of sight of the drones. The drones will still try to attack, but because they can't see it, the worst that happens is they shoot into the mountainside. What is that over there? Huh. Looks like there's stuff over there on the mountain. So I even do this when I'm trying to drill into things and I know I'm going to be here for a while. I've already drilled out not quite 350 ore. So basically what I did is I just came in, I dug a big enough hole to get started, and then when I got down far enough, because I had to keep getting out to go move the HV because of drones patrolling, I just went ahead and dug out the side cave here, dropped in, turned it around, parked it right there, and yeah, I can just continue mining from here. So if you're in a situation, like I said, where you're just starting out and you need a place to drop your base, this is a good way to do it. So alright, so on that, see if we can get a little bit more. This right here is the whole reason why I'd upgrade to your tier 2 drill as fast as possible. How are we doing for... See, it keeps giving me these odd amounts of silicon. And I need 2 now. Can I get 3 this time? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get in. We're going to head back to the base. It's fairly dark out here, so I'm not going to keep you here. I'll bring you back when we get back to the base. See you shortly. And we're back. So, as you can see, we let the sun come up so we can actually see what's going on. Show you what we're working on here. So this is the basic idea of what I have, right? There will be more of these legs coming up to connect to the main body. One of the things that I was thinking about doing is that I'm actually going to have the legs connect here behind the pod, and then on the pod itself we'll be placing turrets. Because of what we're planning on doing with this is that it's going to be kind of a mobile base. We're going to have a turret on each corner. We are going to be just using the minigun turrets, and then we will have the central piece built up, and we'll have a artillery turret on top of it. But for now, I think this is going to about wrap it up. We've got a bunch of blocks being made right now, so I do want to get a little bit more done as far as the exterior is concerned before we start placing things on the interior, because I want to make sure that we actually have room for everything that we need to place. So I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you for stopping in today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, always feel free to throw them down in the section below the video. If you haven't done so, or you're just new to the channel, I do ask you to also subscribe, simply because of the fact that, well, the subscriptions, the comments, and the likes all help the channel to grow, but it also keeps you up to date when new content comes out and lets me know very easily on whether or not you're enjoying the content or not. So it's a win all the way around. And on that note, I'm out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Have a terrific weekend, and we will see you back here next time for more Empyrion. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Ooh, time to harvest the garden again. Oh, man. Things grow so quickly. Looks like we're going to be having some pizza tonight. Oh, yeah.